Prime Minister Trudeau, it has been yet another challenging and busy week for your government. So here are some questions that we have to put to you that you really haven't answered yet. So let's begin. Recently, the Globe and Mail had reported that there were 2 Chinese scientists working in the virology labs in Winnipeg. But Canada's security agency, CSIS, was very concerned about the fact that these 2 individuals, husband and wife, both scientists, were transmitting information to China and the Chinese government. So why is it, Mr. Trudeau, that any time there is an issue in and around surrounding China, you simply just claim racism?
Anti-Asian racism, anti-Asian racism, anti-Asian racism.
When the Conservative leader, Aaron O'Toole, questioned you repeatedly about the fact that national security could be at issue, our health and safety could be at issue, and frankly, going on with your obsessive nature with China.
Can the Prime Minister tell this House how a person with deep connections to the Chinese military obtained a high-level Canadian security clearance?
You just said that this is all about racism, but it's really not about racism. This is everything to do with the fact that you are incapable or unwilling to stand up to the Chinese Communist Party. In the meantime, Mr. Trudeau, they continue to hold our 2 Michaels captive with shams of a trial, very little interaction with their family or consular visits. Yet your government would rather say that anybody that questions you about the Chinese government's involvement in our country is simply racist. Why do you continue that trope and that very lame excuse for not standing up to China? Mr. Trudeau, your faux feminism reveals itself on a number of occasions, not the least of which was when a reporter accused you of inappropriate behavior during Gropegate, it was dubbed. You said that she, quote, experienced it differently.
Often a man experiences an interaction as being benign or not inappropriate, and a woman, particularly in a professional context, can experience it differently.
That moniker has been used a few times now by others within your party. But now there are some very serious allegations against the foundation that is named after your father, the Pierre Elliott Trudeau Foundation. Now, to be clear, these are all allegations, and we know, Prime Minister Trudeau, that you are not directly involved with the foundation, nor are you named in this $1.25 million lawsuit by Cherry Smiley, who is claiming allegations of a sexual inappropriate nature by her mentor. But the question for you is, wouldn't you think it's important to comment on these allegations and at the very least weigh in that if there are things of an inappropriate nature going on in the foundation named after your father, that it bears a comment from you, Mr. Trudeau, to show that you do indeed stand with victims? I think it's a fair comment to make and a fair assessment. Your fake feminism is something that you like to throw out there when things are uncomfortable for you or you put in a corner.
Now, many of you know I am a feminist and proud to call myself one.
But we know it is just that, fake. We could simply just ask Jane Philpott or Selena Caesar Chavez or certainly Jody Wilson-Raybould just how much you stand with women. Or more importantly, these days, we could ask the women in the military who have raised their voices and have said over and over and over again, there are concerns about and allegations about harassment and inappropriate sexual nature that are going on. But your Liberal MPs shut down a potential investigation into that. So once again, you're being called out for your fake feminism. Prime Minister Trudeau, this is less of a question than it is simply a comment. More about your Liberal MP, William Amos. Once again, he has been caught in an inappropriate situation. The first of which was he was fully naked and changing on a Zoom call for all members of Parliament to see and ultimately the world to see. There was an investigation into how that picture was leaked out. But now we find Mr. Amos has found himself in another uncomfortable situation where he was on yet another Zoom call and he was urinating while the meeting was live. Mr. Amos has recently issued a statement that he's going to be seeking some treatment. Well, I think that seems like a reasonable thing to do. We certainly hope, Mr. Trudeau, that Mr. Amos gets the help that he needs and the support that he needs, which is sure a heck of a lot more than others who have come forward have received from your government. Questions, questions, questions. We want to hear from you. Comment down below and let us know what you think. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.